We're going to get a little personal today. You've heard me talk regularly about Crohn's disease and how it affects my family and how we are active in the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. And in fact, last week I emceed our annual Toast for a Cure, which raised close to $75,000 to not only help families battling irritable bowel disease, but also to find a cure. And during that event, I met a driven and passionate man who's turning the heartache from losing his wife into a call of action to help others. And we are so proud and excited to welcome Michael Hogstetten to our show today. Michael, again, so good to see you. How you doing?
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm doing good. I'm getting by.
You're getting by, and just talking with you last week, you opened my eyes so much to what you were able to do to kind of have a call of action. So many people find themselves in a heartbreaking situation, but it's actually getting out and doing something to help change the pain in a different way. Explain your story a little bit and what you're doing.
Oh, yeah, well, it's absolutely a way to deal with the grieving. I lost my wife, Wendy, in October this past year to complications of Crohn's and colitis. And immediately my life was transformed. And I made a commitment to the Crohn's Colitis Foundation and myself to do anything in my power to help raise awareness, number one, and raise funds to help try to find a cure for Crohn's and colitis.
And you and I were talking at that event, and we actually shared on stage that the doctors say we're close to a cure. So this is one of the organizations that maybe we're going to be able to see this in our lifetime. And of course, remembering Wendy, honoring Wendy in such a special way. But you're not just doing events around the Bay Area. Tell people what you're doing, because you are dedicated to this mission.
Well, I do a lot of events around the Bay Area, but more importantly, the big event that I'm working towards right now is I'll be riding my bicycle from Santa Barbara, California to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, across the United States of America.
Across the country, folks. You heard that right.
Yep. It's a 3,400-mile bike ride, and we'll be doing it over the course of 42 days with 4 days of rest, so 38 days on the bike, and an average of about 93 miles a day on the bike, and we'll climb somewhere around about 150,000 miles of vertical feet over the mountains.
And that's why he's so close to his bike that he actually brought it in with us today. This is your special guest because you spend a lot of time right now.
I love my bike.
You do love your bike. You must love your bike for what you're taking on. Already, though, you've been able to raise $36,000 for Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. Your goal, $100,000, though.
Yes, and I'm so thankful for so many people and so many caring people, some which I've never met before, have been willing to make a contribution in any amount. And you know, my goal is to raise $100,000, and just starting this fund drive about 8 weeks ago at $36,000 today, and the target is right there. It's looking like as long as I can keep talking about this and getting the word out and raising the level of awareness, I hope to achieve $100,000 in donations. And those donations go straight to the Crohn's Colitis Foundation, 100%.
Yep.
None of that goes towards anything else except funding research to try to find a cure for the Crohn's Colitis Foundation. And
that's one of the things why I love the organization so much. And regular viewers, I'm sure, can have heard me talk many times about. Part of it is awareness, though. Crohn's and colitis, both diseases that people don't like to talk a lot about. They're very personal. They're icky diseases, as we say, silent diseases, if you will. And so sharing Wendy's story, you've had people reach out to you wanting help and looking to you as an advocate now.
Absolutely. In my efforts to raise awareness, I've had people email me that I've never met before, contacted before, and said, your story is special and it affects me personally because I have a family member who's also afflicted with Crohn's and colitis, and could I speak to you on how to deal with that? And you know, I'd love to try to speak to people and help them and raise their awareness, or avail them to the opportunity to speak to the Crohn's Colitis Foundation or other people that are affected by the disease.
And from your stories that you've been able to share, I didn't get to meet Wendy, but she sounds so special. She was so physically active that you talk about, and just being able to remember her and share with her, I know she would be proud.
Yeah, she was a tremendous ray of light. One of the most selfless individuals I'd ever met in my life. Just a beautiful, strong, powerful individual, and athletic to the nth degree. In every aspect, until, unfortunately, you know, the disease kind of caught up and eventually took over her life, and then that stripped it away from her.
Well, thank you for all of the work you're doing, and I'm sure that ray of light that you say, I know that'll be shining down on you when you ride across the country. Let's go ahead, share the information. There you see it on your screen for how you can honor Wendy, how you can get involved. And again, this is so important to so many people. So Michael, thank you. From my family, thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.